Hello, hello, hello. My name is Sunshine Love, and I'm here to be your insurance guru. I am a licensed insurance agent. I've been licensed for about 9 years, and I know the ins and outs when it comes to property and casualty insurance. And I'm here to help you understand that, make better choices when you're shopping around for insurance, and also help you maintain lower rates while you have your insurance policy. So let's get started. We're going to get started with the very first question that a lot of people do not know the answer to, which is, what is insurance? What exactly is insurance? You know, a lot of people, they'll say that insurance is when you pay money to a company and if something were to happen, that company is going to take care of it and you don't have to pay anything out of pocket. Well, yeah, in the gist of it, that is what it is. But let me give you the better definition of what technically insurance is. Insurance is a transference of risk from you, the customer, to the insurance company. So, for example, if you're in an auto accident, right, and you got injured and your car was damaged, a lot of times that's going to come out of your pocket. Well, if you have insurance and you've been paying your monthly premiums on time every single month, that's not going to come out of your pocket. Your medical payments will come from the insurance companies. They'll take care of all of your medical bills. And also any damages done to your vehicle, that also comes from the insurance company. So insurance, again, is when you transfer the risk or hazard from yourself, meaning you're not going to pay for the cost to get anything fixed or to take care of your medical payments, to the insurance company, meaning they're going to take care of it. And all you have to do is make your monthly premium every single month, and you won't have an issue with your insurance. So that is what insurance is. Again, it's a transference of risk from you, the customer, to the insurance company. So the next thing we're going to cover is, why is insurance important? Well, insurance is important because if something were to happen to you or your property, you don't want to pay for that out of your pocket, number one. And number two, most people don't have all that money just sitting in their back pocket. You know what I mean? So insurance is important because it pays for any damages done to your personal property, and it also pays for any damages done to yourself or sometimes to your passengers, depending on what type of policy you have. So it allows you to be able to live risk-free in a sense. Like, you don't have to worry about paying for things that you don't have the money for right then and there. If your car gets damaged, then guess what? You can go get it fixed because you have an insurance policy. If your home is just completely destroyed, then guess what? You can get a brand new one built because you have an insurance policy. It's very important because it protects your assets. Anything that you have worked so hard for, your car, your home, your personal properties inside of your home, you know what I'm saying? Yourself, your family, your dog, anything that you care about, you will want to get insurance to cover that. Because again, it takes care of the money that you would lose if something were to happen to your personal property or to yourself. So that's why insurance is important. So next we're going to cover the different types of insurance. And the reason why I'm going a little fast, you guys, is because I'm currently writing a book. And in the book, I am going to go into further detail about what everything is and how everything works. My YouTube channel is simply to give you guys a gist of how everything is and how everything works. And it's going to allow you guys to go to my book. It's going to be an ebook. It will allow you to always refer to my ebook whenever I'm talking about certain things. So that way, if you want a much deeper understanding to what I'm talking about, you can refer to my ebook for that. But we're going to go over the different types of insurance in this segment. There are so many different types of insurance. You have insurance for your health. You have insurance for your car. You have insurance for your home. You have insurance for yourself. You have insurance for your pets. You have insurance for your rental property that you're renting out to your tenants. You have insurance for your business. You have insurance for your secondary home. So if you have one house and you have a secondary house that you go to in the summertime, you have insurance for that as well. You can get insurance on your personal property, like jewelry, like if you have a necklace that you hold special and near and dear to your heart, you can get that insured. You will have insurance, I mean, honestly, guys, for your hair, for your teeth, for your body parts, Insurance is all over, and it's very broad, and it can also be very narrow depending on the type of policy you get. On this channel, we're going to be talking about insurance for your auto and insurance for your personal property. So typically that is called PNC, property and casualty. That's what I'm going to focus on this channel. That's usually what I specialize in for the last 9 months. And I'm going to make sure that I break down the different types of property. Sorry, I can't get my words out. The different types of property and casualty policies that you can get for yourself, and the most common types as well. So when it comes to the different types of property and casualty policies, you have, basically it boils down to two: home and auto, right? Sorry, I realized I was actually yelling in the beginning part of my video, so I had to pause and go get my microphone. So my apologies to you guys for breaking like this. But yeah, let's keep going. So the next thing we're going to talk about is just, the two different types of policies, like I mentioned before, the home and auto. You do have auto insurance policies, and you also do have home policies. Now, the home policies are a little bit broad because there are different types of home policies. So because there are different types of home policies, for the sake of the video, we're going to call those property policies, because again, there's different types. Auto, there's typically just one type of policy for auto. It's just auto insurance. Yes, you do have different cars, but they're all covered on the same type of policy. When it comes to homes, because there's different types of homes, the homes can be covered under different types of policies. So we're going to start with auto first, which is the easiest one to understand. You get a car. Before you drive off the lot, you have to purchase auto insurance. Auto insurance typically covers yourself, your vehicle, and the other person whom you hit. That's just the breakdown of auto insurance. When you're covering the other person whom you hit, that's called liability. When you're covering yourself, that's called uninsured motorist and also medical benefits. And when you're covering the car, that's what the comprehensive and collision coverage comes in at. It breaks down just that simple. You pay your auto insurance premiums for that, and then your car is covered in an event that you are in an accident. And it doesn't matter who's at fault. It could be your fault or it could be the other person's fault. As long as you're paying your premium, your insurance company is going to cover for the damages done to you, your personal property, and the other person who's involved in an accident. Now for homes are a little bit different because, again, like I said, there's different types of home policies. You have a homeowner's policy, which will cover your home where you live. So if you have a house, an actual house, it will cover your house where you live. It covers everything inside of that house, and it covers everything surrounding that house. You have what we call a landlord policy. A landlord policy covers your home that you're renting out to other people. So say, for instance, you own a home, but you own a second home, but that home you're renting out to other people, so you have tenants. Well, the landlord policy is going to cover just the house. It doesn't necessarily cover everything on the inside, because everything on the inside is usually covered by the person who's renting out the home, but it will cover the bones and the structures of the house. You have a renter's insurance policy. A renter's insurance policy covers the renter. So if you're renting an apartment, a townhome, a condo, or a house, a renter's insurance policy is going to take care of all of your personal property that's inside of that place. It could be a home, a townhome, a condo, or a house, or an apartment. It's going to also cover for liability. So if damages was done to that property and the property owner was trying to sue you to get those damages repaired, then the liability would take care of that, so that way it doesn't come out of your pocket. It also covers you for loss of use. It covers you for freezer food spoilage. I mean, there's a lot of things that comes with renter's insurance policies. Don't sleep on those. People actually underestimate the power of a renter's insurance policy until you actually need one, and then you realize it is really important to have. Then you also have coverage for a secondary home. So if you have a house or a condo or a townhome, and you have another home that's in your name, then it will actually cover that. You can get you a secondary home policy, and that way you'll have coverage at your primary house, and you'll also have coverage at your secondary home. A lot of people often, in my experience, get secondary homes, like when their parents passed away, they inherit the house. So you can actually get coverage for that, and it's very simple, very easy for you to get. So that's like personal property or property coverage, you know, broken down a little bit. I'm not going to go into full detail in this video because I'm actually going to make a separate video where we break down home and exactly how it works, so that way you guys can understand. But the gist of it is you have a lot of property policies and you only really have one auto policy. So that's the difference between the two policies. So now we're going to talk about how to shop for auto insurance. Usually shopping for auto insurance is easy. For a person who has never had any accidents, never had any tickets, they don't really drive that many miles a day, they don't do a lot of nighttime driving, their car is taken care of and is upkept, their insurance shopping experience should be fairly easy, because all they have to do is just search around for what's out there, put in their information, and then boom, they're gonna get a rate back. Now, the rate is not determined on just one factor. The rate is determined on many factors, and I'll be able to break that down here later. But just shopping for auto insurance should be fairly easy. You shouldn't have any complications with that. It can only get complicated when your driving history is a little shady and shaky. If you got a janky driving history, oh yeah, you are going to be facing some complications when it comes to shopping for insurance. So I also want to talk about shopping for home insurance. Shopping for home insurance can be a little bit tricky because shopping for home insurance is determined on not as many factors as auto insurance is. However, it's easier for you to lose your home insurance policy than your auto insurance policy. And most of the time it's because of damages done to the house. A lot of people don't get a lot of things repaired on their home quite often. Like, you know, if the paint is chipping on the outside of the home, some people will just let that go. But with insurance, that's technically a fire hazard, and you can't have chipped paint on your home. So the only time home insurance and shopping for home insurance can get really hard is if the home is damaged and it needs to be repaired, or if it's hoarded and you need to get everything cleaned out. Then home insurance will definitely be difficult for you. But for the most part, if your home is updated and everything, you know, you upkeep your home, then it's actually a whole lot easier than shopping for auto. Many times you don't even have to really do nothing if you have a really good agent. So, you know, how to shop for home insurance, basically, you want to make sure that you find you an agent, you give them your address, and you let them know if there has been any updates, like to your roof, if to your plumbing, to the electrical system. You want to make sure that you mention if you have a dog, how many people live in your home. All of that stuff matters when it comes to your rates, especially if the home is being escrowed. That is a huge factor. It will determine if you're going to pay a high rate or a low rate when it comes to insurance. And again, we're going to break that down further in a later video about what is included when you're shopping for homeowners insurance and what you should be looking for and what you should be asking. Right now, I just want to kind of give you a gist of actually how to do it and what everything is. A lot of people often ask me what happens when they don't carry insurance. Well, that depends on your state. So, for instance, if you live in New York and you don't carry insurance for more than 30 days, you're going to get a little nasty letter from the state. The state's going to let you know that they know that you don't have insurance on your car and your driver's license is active. And if you have an active driver's license and a vehicle and you don't have insurance, they're going to make you pay a hefty fine until you get insurance again. They're going to make you pay that every single month. And that is not a cheap fine. It's usually north of $300. If you live in Texas, like where I live, and you don't carry insurance, you're not going to get a letter from the state. However, if you get stopped by the police, they will tow your car. They're going to tow your car and give you a ticket for not carrying insurance. And in order for you to get your car out of the impound, you have to get insurance on that car to get it out. Yeah, a lot of money. You got to go to court to pay your ticket. And not every county is going to dismiss that ticket either. So there's fines, there's penalties, you can get in trouble, you'll lose your car. There is so much that can happen if you don't carry auto insurance. It is mandatory. Now, it's one of those things where you don't have to do it if you don't need it, but I'm going to tell you some secrets about auto insurance that's going to make you second guess about not carrying it, because trust me, once I get into full detail about why it's important to carry auto insurance, you're going to never not want to carry auto insurance again if you're walking around here taking that risk. Now, when it comes to homeowners insurance, you're not going to get a fine or you're not going to get a letter from the city if you don't carry homeowners insurance. Homeowners insurance is really about protecting your assets. Now, if your home is escrowed, meaning you're still paying on your home, you have to carry it until your home is paid off, because your mortgage company is taking a huge risk on paying for their home in full, and you're paying that mortgage company back. And until you pay that mortgage company back and that loan is paid off, you have to carry insurance on your home. But if your home is already paid off, you really don't have to carry insurance on your home, because again, that's basically about protecting your assets, your investment. And it's not going to bother the state if you don't have it. If you don't have it, the state doesn't have to pay out any money. So, you know, it's really up to you. I often encourage all of my customers to carry a property insurance, mainly because, again, you work so hard for all of these things. You want to make sure that you have coverage for if something were to happen. You don't want to lose anything that you worked so hard for. So why it's important to carry home insurance? It's important because you want to protect your assets. When you are talking about making sure that if you lost an engagement ring, you want to get the money back for the engagement ring that you lost. You can take care of that with your homeowner's insurance. If your home burns down, you know, and you want to get another house rebuilt, your homeowner's insurance can take care of that and also provide you with money to relocate while your house is getting built. So there's many different reasons why it's important to carry it, and there's many different reasons, you know, as far as why you should want to protect your investment when it comes to property. But it's not technically mandatory unless, again, like I say, your home is being escrowed. If it's not being escrowed, you don't really have to worry about it. But I highly recommend that you carry insurance on your home or any of your personal property. I wanted to make it a short introduction video. Like I mentioned, I will be making other videos where we're going to go into deep conversation about carrying insurance, why, what types, what to do if you have accidents on your background, how to get around that. Again, I have been doing insurance for 9 years. I am very well versed on it. I can answer any question that you have. I can, if it's a claims question, if it's an underwriting question or eligibility question, if you just want to simply know why your rates are so high, that's something that I specialize in. I've been licensed in Texas for the whole entire 9 years. And I've also obtained license in other states like New York, California, Florida, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Michigan, which is a very tricky state to get insurance in, Illinois. I mean, pretty much, I would say about 32 different states where I've actually been licensed to sell and also consult with insurance. Now, right now, I am not licensed to sell insurance. I'm right now licensed to consult because I do not work for a company. I cannot sell you insurance. So, but I can definitely give you advice. So my services to you is to basically offer you my knowledge. Not only am I writing an ebook about, you know, everything that I've learned through these whole 9 years of me selling insurance and being a consultant, I'm also going to provide consulting services to you guys. So if you have questions about your policy that you don't quite understand and you feel like your agent is not explaining it to you correctly, you can reach out to me and I'll be happy to help you with that. If you want me to take a look at your policy, meaning you got it in your hand and you're like, hey, I don't understand this, I need help, I made changes to my policy and I don't understand what's going on, I'll be happy to look over your policy for you. I am an expert at it, breaking it down to where you can understand what you have and what you got going on and how your bill is going to operate. I also will discuss billing in all of my future videos, because billing is a very important topic that a lot of my customers in the past have had questions about. They want to make sure about making changes and how it affects their bill. So I will make sure, you guys, that I break down thoroughly how to make changes to your policy so where your bill is not heavily affected. And I'm going to make sure that I tell you what to say to the insurance companies when you're making changes to your policies. Another service that I'm going to offer you guys is me. Like I said, I'm licensed to consult. Now, right now, I'm only licensed to consult in Texas. So all of my Texas residents, you do have me. What I'll be able to do is provide you personal, hands-on, one-on-one consulting services. So you can hire me for a year at a time or 6 months at a time, depending on how long your policy is. And I'll be able to basically be your personal agent. You don't have to worry about outsourcing. You can call me anytime you want to, as far as, you know, morning and night. When you have questions about your policy, I'll be able to make changes on your behalf. Granted that you put me on your policy as an authorized user. We can go into further detail about that if you're interested in this service. I'll be able to actually review your policies with you. So when your policies come up for renewal, then I'll be going over your policies with you, reviewing those with you, so that way you have a better understanding of what your policy is going to do for you going forward. So again, I have services to you guys here in Texas to where you can use me for my knowledge, so you can understand what type of policies you have, how do they operate for you, and what's best for you. Help you figure out what's best for you. And this YouTube videos, all of my YouTube videos are going to be to just give you guys an update, breakdown of how your policies work. And then when it comes to my ebook is set up to break it down in a more detailed factor. So that way, if you're not going to hire me for my services, you can still get the book, and the book will break it down as if I'm actually talking to you, personal, face to face. So I hope this video was a little bit helpful as far as, you know, just kind of giving you guys a gist of what insurance is, how to shop for it, the two different types of property and casualty insurance, what I'm here for, how can I help you, and what to expect from me going forward. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. If you like this so far, please hit the subscribe button down below. I would greatly appreciate it. This is going to help me know what to basically say to you guys when it comes to me making these videos out. I'll get a better understanding of what you're looking for. If you have any questions, please put them in a comment section down below. I'll be happy to answer any questions that you have. Keep in mind, this channel is for general questions only. If you want to be specific, you will have to reach out to me personally, and then we can go ahead and get you know, more specific about what questions you have for me. But again, thank you guys for tuning in to my channel today. I am very excited to start this journey with you guys. So good luck with everything. And if you have any questions, just reach out to me. I'll be making another video here very soon. And we're going to just be talking about, you know, I think I'm going to start with auto insurance first, because that one is a little bit easier, but it's also the most complicated, and it's going to take us a very long time to kind of go through that, because there are so many different moving factors to auto insurance. And I want to make sure that you guys understand in detail, again, like I said, what you guys are getting, what you're paying for, how to shop for it, and how to get around some of those obstacles that you guys are having when it comes with shopping for insurance. Things like your background, which is a huge problem, you know, your driving history, and just things like that. So we're going to start with auto insurance first, and then we'll move on to the homeowners. And then, you know, as time goes on, I'll let you guys know what type of videos I'm going to be making. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna let you know what type of videos I'm going to be making ahead of time, so you'll know and get prepared. So that way, if you have any questions, you can write those questions down, and then you can ask me later, and I can address them in the next video. All right, you guys have a wonderful day, and thank you so much for tuning in. Bye.